This is a new angle. This is kind of weird. Have you ever wondered what mead tastes like? Well, me too. Today we're going to find out if homemade mead is better than or equivalent to store-bought mead. How's it going, everyone? Today, as you can see, or as you might be able to assume, we're going to be doing a taste test. Now, if you don't know what either of these are, that's okay. Not a lot of people do. If you know me personally, you know exactly what I'm about to do. I've been making my own homemade mead for the last few months. And a little bit of a confession, I've never had mead that I didn't make. I got this thought in my head when Assassin's Creed Valhalla came out that, hey, I've always wanted to make my own alcohol. And mead seemed the easiest, so I looked up some rough tutorials on how to make mead, and I did it. It turned out really well. First batch was kind of weird. Second, third batch, just fine. Come to realize a little bit later that I've never had mead, so I'm gonna try it alongside probably my favorite mead that I've made so far, and I'll compare. Let's dig into it, I guess. First, I need to open this with a thing I've never used before. Oh hey, oops, it worked. Stick my hand in the glass and not wash it. It's okay, I'm the only one that's going to be using this. So guess I go like that, and then oh, hey, that worked. Nice. All right, first things first, gotta smell it. Like you do with everything. Ooh, that's not what mine smells like. That has slight carbonation. Actually. This one's definitely a little bit overpowering. When I made this batch, I added too much honey. I guess you can never add too much honey. I added more than I should have. So I think before tasting it, I think this one's gonna, I don't know how to explain it, taste more like mead, but here we go. It's like clear. I guess this one is too, although it is down towards the bottom and not all of the particles got filtered out. So this one's just a little bit cloudy. Oh, that one's really cloudy. I don't know if you can see that. All right. First things first, got to try the, I guess, base mead. I wonder what kind of honey they used. It just says honey. Subtle and sublime. Okay, mine does not taste like that. Oh, wow. That is like pure honey. How do I get to that? I was not expecting that. Ooh. That's just like drinking straight honey. I wonder what I'm doing wrong. Mine is a lot more dry. This is the Camelot mead is a lot more sweet. This one's drier. This one is more fragrant. That is... I'm not sure I'm going to be able to drink the rest of my mead. Oh wow. I definitely need to look into and see why my mead's not as sweet. It's not like mine's bitter, but it's hard to put into words. Still really good. I'll need to go back to the drawing board and figure out what I need to do. I wonder if it's because I just very crude. I've got it in like a gallon water bottle with a balloon as the airlock instead of like an actual bubble thing that breweries use or like home brewers use. I definitely need to get my hands on one of those. Also, I wonder how long this is aged, because mine's only like 2 weeks old. It doesn't say anywhere on here how long it's been aged, but man, is it good. As I was saying earlier, I got into mead making when Assassin's Creed Valhalla was announced, or I guess closer to launch, maybe even a little bit after. I don't really remember when I started making it, but it's fun. All it really is water, honey, and yeast, and then you just pretty much mix that up and let it sit for a couple weeks to a month or two, just to let it ferment. Then you bottle it and set it aside for a while longer on top of that. It's very difficult waiting for these things, honestly. I just keep looking, trying to figure out if I'm just missing something or if it's just not telling me how long it's been aged. I'll need to do some research into it. So in conclusion, neither wine, mead, whatever you want to call it, is better, in my opinion. I just happen to make a dry mead, which is a lot more bitter, not as sweet as this honey wine that I got from the store. In my own personal preference, it's hard to say what I would choose over the other. It would all just depend on my mood. Right now, I would probably go for another glass of my homemade mead versus the store-bought. This one's just a little bit too sweet for my taste today, but there will definitely come a day, probably tomorrow, where I will down a whole glass of this without issue. But yeah, I'm just gonna sit here and continue drinking. I don't really have anything else important to say, so I hope you all enjoyed this little video. If so, please hit that like button and subscribe. I'll catch you all next time. That's really good.